My product line is very different to mainstream, and I don't appeal to mainstream. Sometimes you really can't predict what will be a bestseller and what's not. When I design it, I have this gut feeling this is going to be an amazing seller, and I'm right. I started doing trade shows regularly. So then I launched one collection a year. I would launch it in Melbourne. I'll do the trade show in Melbourne. And then straight after that, a week later, I'll be in New York. And then in the end of the year, I'll be in Amsterdam. And for 15 years, that was my cycle. I'd do the design, the manufacturing, and the production for the first 3 months of the year. And then it was a bet because I would produce 20 to 30 designs, and I would produce big quantities because the museums buy big quantities, and then have a bet because some pieces really sell well and some don't, so you really don't know. I would produce all of that, then I will release it in Australia, have all my museum buyers order in Australia. A week later, I'll be in America, they'll do their orders, and then in November, I'll do Amsterdam, and I'll repeat the process.
Now you're more global, lots of buyers. Did you change the strategy on pricing? Because you originally went to that market with, accessibility in mind. Did it always stay that way?
Yes, and on purpose. Because my product was selling in museum stores and the target market was people that like arts and museums and whatever, they would go into a museum and at the end of the visit, they'll always go via the shop. And then the idea was that you'll go via the shop, you'll find something that you like, it's not too expensive, it's beautifully made and beautifully packaged. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to keep it around the $100 to $200 mark. The prices have crept up over the years, but not massively. I'm still within that price point. I'm still within, my lowest price point is $130 and the highest $210. It's still within that parameter, and it works really well.
And one of the big themes of your brand is slow design, thoughtful and deliberate approach. And just take us back, unpack what that means, and how does that shape your creative and business decisions moving forward?
As a person, I'm very intuitive. I don't have a business plan. I've never had one, and it's very much intuition. So when I design a collection, I would do something like 200 drawings. And out of the 200, I would pick maybe 20, sometimes less. And it's all based on intuition. So I will just draw and draw and draw and draw until something feels right. And then when it feels right, you really hone in on that and you really make it better by composition and thickness of lines and things like that. Sometimes you really can't predict what will be a bestseller and what's not. But when you do that, sometimes when I design it, I have this gut feeling this is going to be an amazing seller, and I'm right. Sometimes I do something and I think, yeah, it's great, but okay. And then it becomes my bestseller. It's like, oh, okay. It's like there's a bit of surprise within it.
And how do you feel the pressure to compete with the fast fashion?
I don't.
You don't? Because you don't play in that market? Is that what it is? At
all, and on purpose.
Okay.
I can't compete on price. And my product line is very different to mainstream, and I don't appeal to mainstream. So if somebody is looking for price competitiveness and for trend, I'm not that. Definitely not. And I actually like that because then I don't need to be fast fashion. I don't need to be cheap as chips. And there's a very strong integrity to the design. And that leads me to, I've got 8,000 collectors that have been collecting for 17 years. I've got collectors that have 50 and 60 pieces of my work. And every month I release one new design and every month they buy it.